What is up, YouTube? I am Mr. Bradley here with the one, the only T-Ball.
What's up, YouTubers? Glad to be here, bringing you Week 5 NFL talk. Gonna bring you our picks. Mr. Bradley, you ready to get it started?
Absolutely. Let's go over real quick last week's picks, how we did, what's our record.
Yeah, what's going on there?
All right, as it stands, Week 4. You ready?
Yeah.
You were 9-6. I was 10-5.
Ooh.
Had a game ahead of you. We were both tied 29, 18-1, if you guys remember our picks from prior weeks, 1, 2, 3. So overall, that puts you, T-Ball, at 38, 24-1 for the season through 4 weeks. And me at 39, 23-1. By one game. I got you by one game. Moving on, we're going to do Week 5 picks. These are actually pretty good games.
First game we got for you guys is the Jags at the Panthers. Should be pretty decent game. Kyle Allen, not a bad game against the Texans last week. 24 for 34 on 232 yards. 0 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. But that's still not bad. Of course, McCaffrey. You got McCaffrey.
He's
in the
a
mix.
beast.
One of the top backs in the league.
He
if
is
not
the
the
top
best
back
right now.
Most rushing yards.
The Jags barely got it done against the Broncos last week, but I feel like they're going to keep it close. This could be a close ball game. Battle in the backups right here.
Minshaw mania.
So keep an eye on that. I think it'll be a low-scoring game, to be completely honest, but I'm taking the Panthers in this one.
Taking the Panthers, huh?
Yeah, going to take the Panthers.
They
They're
look
at
good.
home. I know they haven't recently been all that good at home, but
0-2 this season.
they still seem to have a better record at home than they do on the road year by year anyway. So
With that being said, they are 5-5 over the last 2 seasons at home right now because they're 0-2 this year. So, good
no
pick.
bueno, guys.
Good pick.
Panthers. Here we go.
I actually like the Jags and the Minshaw mania. It looks like Uncle Rick or whatever his name is from Napoleon Dynamite. I could throw a quarter or a pigskin a quarter mile. See the mountains? I could throw pigskin over the mountains.
Yeah,
He's got the hair. He's got the mustache. He just looks like he's straight from the 80s. He's getting it done. The guy is just game by game getting it done for his team. And another reason why I'm picking them, earlier I read the Panthers lead the NFL with 7 fumbles through the last 4 games of the season. These 4 games, they already have 7 fumbles, and they're all lost. Cam Newton, I don't know if he's going to have a starting job soon if this guy keeps playing the way he's playing and keeps winning ball games. He's 3-0 as a starter for the Panthers, dating back to last year. But I do like the Jags, man. It's like they're good against good teams and shitty against bad teams.
Yeah.
And this is a good team. I don't care how you look at it. The Panthers are always good.
Yeah.
They're always a contender, so give me the Jags. All right, next game, it is the Jets, who just suck this year at 0-4, versus the 2-2 Eagles at Eagles. I'm going to give it to you, T-Ball.
Jets at Eagles. I'm taking the Eagles. They're coming off a big win in Green Bay as of last week. Obviously disappointing for me myself. Yeah, Jets are just, like you said, Mr. Bradley, a horrible team. Le'Veon Bell
Speak
is
on him.
not looking good this year at all. He's got quite a few carries and very few yards.
Yeah, he's doing nothing, but he is the whole team.
I mean, we talked about this a while ago. Like, was this going to be a good move for Le'Veon Bell? Did he do all that holding out to be on this crappy Jets team and still not even get what you want? And now the Jets are 0-3 going into a 2-2 high Eagles. It's just going to be no good for the Jets. So I took the Eagles in this one.
Well, I'm glad you talk about Le'Veon Bell because he hasn't done nothing. First game of the year, 60 yards rushing and a receiving touchdown. Second week, 68 yards, no touchdowns. Next week, plays the Pats, has 35 yards last week, 0 touchdowns. He has 163 rushing yards this year. Rushing for 2.9 yards a carry and 126 receiving yards. The only touchdown he has is a receiving touchdown. Le'Veon Bell is just irrelevant. Their whole offense is surrounded by him. They got nothing else. Do not look like they can get it done against the Eagles in Philadelphia.
It's not going to be a good year for the Jets.
No, and they're going to get another first-round pick that's really high, and they're going to waste it on some guy that is not good, like Sam Darnold. I thought I had such high hopes for him, and he's just garbage. And now it's just put on Le'Veon Bell's shoulders, and I think he's ridiculous to try to go to the Jets. Why would you go from a Super Bowl contending team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, to the fucking Jets? Unless it's just for money. Give me the Eagles.
Next game we got for you guys is Vikings at Giants. Vikings can't win on the road, bub.
Yeah, and the Giants have won 2 straight.
Both teams lost to the Bills. But yeah,
Wow.
Which is kind of crazy. I was looking at their schedules and I saw both teams lost to the Bills. I'm like, huh. You know, the Giants look like they're progressing a little. They're coming off back-to-back wins, like you said. I think the Giants are coming in hot. They're going to take this one.
They still don't have Saquon.
Hey, I don't think that matters.
True, they did win. Jones. They did win last week without
2-0 record. Daniel Jones, 2-0 record, 280 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, 2 picks, but he's got a 96.7 passer rating. So if he can get his broken pieces that he's got out there on the field together and, you know, step up and be a leader, I think the Giants have a real chance of taking this one and putting the, hopefully, Minnesota Vikings to a losing record and maybe jumping out and getting to a winning record for the Giants. So we'll see what happens in this one. Mr. Bradley, who you got?
I like the way you go with that, because if they do win and our Packers, who are playing the Dallas Cowboys this week, beat them, then they're tied in the first in the division without Saquon Barkley. That's insane to talk about with a rookie quarterback, Daniel Jones, which is playing pretty good. And everybody, whenever he got picked in the draft, was like, oh, God, why would you pick that pick? He's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
he came from Duke, man. Like, I just didn't get it. It's like, you haven't even seen him play a game in the NFL. How do you know if he's going to suck? He could be one of those players that just balls in the NFL. New York is a tough place to play. It really is. Either whether you go to the Jets or you go to the Giants, because it is the same stadium. So I think the Giants have a real good shot here, especially since I've seen a stat that the Vikings are one of 5 teams that have less than 250 passing yards per game from their quarterback. Their defense is good, but wasn't good enough to stop a Mitchell Trubisky-less Bears team last week.
Right.
I mean, they couldn't beat them without them. That just blew my mind. I want to go with the Giants as well. I'm going to go with the Giants because Daniel Jones is 2-0 in the last 2 starts, and I wish Saquon was playing because that would put the nail in the coffin for me because you know I love Saquon.
If Saquon was starting,
it'd be game over.
Yeah, if
it's game over.
It'd be done.
But I do like the Giants as well. We're both going to pick the Giants, I guess. Yep. Roll on. All right, next game is Falcons at Texans. Falcons are coming in this game 1-3, just not looking good this year. I don't know what's going on. They're 0-2 on the road, going to the Texans, who are 2-2, 1-1 at home. T-ball, Deshaun Watson doesn't look that good this year. The Texans don't look that good this year. They won 10 games in a fucking row last year. And neither do the Falcons. Falcons have like no offense. They are just a dormant offense that I have yet to see. So I'm interested to see who you got picked for this Falcons at Texans.
Well, I honestly think the Falcons are going to break through that wall there that they got blocking through them on this game, because this is going to be the game that's going to kind of test them a little bit. The Falcons are going to have a rookie tackle lined up on J.J. Watt. They're going to move him down on that end. So I'm still taking the Falcons in this one. Deshaun Watson, yeah, like you said, I don't think he has any touchdowns in the last 5 of his games, something like that. And the Texans will have no problem getting to Matt Ryan and putting the pressure on him and the run. But that's going to force Matt Ryan to pass the ball, and that's what Matt Ryan likes to do. And when you have a player like Julio Jones to pass to, it makes it pretty easy. I'm taking the Falcons on the road.
Falcons on the road. T-ball, I don't like Matt Ryan after signing this huge contract. He's done literally nothing this year. Hasn't beat any good teams. I believe the Texans need this win to stay in the division. The Texans and Deshaun Watson, I just feel like they have a better offense than what I've seen out of the Falcons. It's going to be a hell of a game between wide receivers, DeAndre Hopkins and Julio Jones, because I just believe they're just more hungry, because I'm pretty sure the Texans, they're coming off some shitty losses, like lost to the Panthers and Kyle Allen last week. Like, how do you do that? I think they're going to be hungry. They're at home. J.J. Watt is coming into he's worked that rust off, so I definitely like the Texans in this game. Being at home too, I think this is going to be a turnaround game.
Yeah, they're tough at home.
Yeah, it's going to be a turnaround game for the Texans. I truly hope anyway.
So the next game we got for you guys is going to be the Bucs at the Saints. going to be a pretty decent game, I actually think.
Battle for first place, baby.
2-2 Buccaneers, versus a 3-1 going into New Orleans Saints. Good game. I don't know how the Bucs beat the Rams, let alone put up 55 on them.
Right? It's that defense.
I don't know.
I mean, they did allow 40.
But you can't beat the Giants.
Right.
You can put up 55 on the goddamn Rams, but you can't beat the Giants.
Right.
They're wishy-washy.
Jameis Winston.
I don't know. I took the Saints at this one just because simply they're at home.
Without Drew Brees.
It's going to be a close game, but Alvin Kamara's a beast. Just because you don't have Drew Brees doesn't mean you can't win a football game. There's 10 other guys out there. So I'm taking the Saints this week. Mr. Bradley?
I could tell you something that's going good for the fucking Buccaneers is their defense. For some reason, they find a defense every year. With that being said, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, and Todd Gurley have combined for 29 carries, 63 rushing yards versus the Bucs defense this season. That's what's keeping them afloat. I don't think it's Jameis Winston. Yeah, he's increased his yards and touchdowns each week. But last week when they played the fucking Rams and put up 55, I think it was a total fluke by the Bucs offense. And just by the Bucs alone and Jameis Winston. He will throw some interceptions. It'll be this game against a better Saints defense, I believe. This was kind of one of those games, and it's a divisional game. These teams play so well against each other. Either blow each other out of the water or they play really tight games. And I was kind of stuck on this game. I want to pick the Bucs because I feel like their defense is what's going to win this game, not Jameis Winston. But you do have a damn good coach down there with Sean Payton, and a defense. And I just want to, I guess I'm going to pick the Saints too because I'm kind of just up in the air with this one.
Yeah.
Both great defenses. You got Michael Thomas. He always does and produces whatever he produces always. Almost 100 yards every game. And you got Kamara. I don't think you can go wrong with that combination along with Coach Sean Payton. That's been a very successful coach all these years. So give me the Saints. All right, next game is Bills 3-1, surprising.
Right.
Almost coming off and beating the Patriots last week. Titans 2-2 have just been a defense monster in those two games they have won against the Browns and then of course last week.
Yeah, Bills at Titans should be an interesting game. I can't believe they're 3-1.
Right.
So crazy. Josh Allen, he practiced on Friday.
Oh, did he?
If he plays, I'm taking the Bills. I'm going to say the Bills. But if he doesn't play, then the Titans will probably win. But my pick is going to be the Bills.
I was going to say, you can't do that. That's totally cheating.
I know. That's why I try to explain it pretty quickly there for you. And then people are going to be like, wait, what? You can't,
I'm gonna jump on
pick
that.
both teams?
I'm going to jump on that.
But yes, my pick is the Bills to win on the road in Tennessee.
That's a good pick, T-Ball, for dominant defensive reasons. The Bills are one of three teams this season to have two games allowing fewer than 225 yards. That is crazy. Ain't nobody doing shit on them. And I'm pretty sure that was one of the games when they played the Patriots last week. I like the Titans. I like the Titans' defense. I think it's very strong. And when it does play, they play very well. And this is a Buffalo Bills team that has to come to Tennessee. I don't know if they're going to get it done in Tennessee. I don't think it's a real tough place to play. Never really is. Marcus Mariota is, like I said last week, just demoralizing, man. He had such high hopes coming out of Oregon.
Not demoralizing.
It is to me. I mean, I like the Titans here. I think Marcus Mariota might actually do a little something in this game. They are playing the weak Bills. The only thing the Bills I see have anything going on is their defense.
Next game we got for you guys is the awesome game. Cards at Bengals.
Whoa.
Both teams suck.
Neither have a win.
I'm taking the Cardinals.
Really?
Strictly based on this number one fact. If you take a look at the Cardinals' schedule, they've played way tougher teams than the Bengals have and kept it much closer.
True, and they have a tie.
Yeah, and they have a tie.
They tied with the Detroit Lions.
They are better, so...
But
they are going into Cincinnati, but I'm still taking the Cardinals on this one. It's going to be like a 10-3 ball game, though. I'm taking the Cards.
This is going to be the only game I picked the Bengals to win this year. The only game. Only because home teams have won 10 of the last matchups. I don't like the Cardinals. Wasn't really sold on them. I like David Johnson, running back. He's doing pretty well this year. Last year he had a kind of a down year. This year he's playing well. Someone's got to win here. If this game ends up a tie, I'm just going to laugh. I'm just going to give us both a win. I'm going to say that right now. If they fucking tie, because I'm picking the Bengals, you're picking the Cards, and if they tie, we get a win. I don't give a shit. Either way, we get the fucking win. Because that would be how sad this game is. I have no other reason except for that stat that I read. Home team has won 10 of the last 11 games between these two. And they're both, don't have a win in the column yet. But I think it'll be the Bengals this week. Give me the Bengals. Moving on from that week game. That's got to be the lame of the week. All right, this should be another easy one. Patriots at Redskins. Even though the Patriots are on the road, Redskins are 0-4. Patriots obviously 4-0. They got a kick-ass schedule. They're 10-0 in the month of October since 2014. I don't see it changing. I'll throw it over to you first, T-Ball.
Yeah, Pat's coming in undefeated, like you said, with that kick-ass schedule. Redskins decided to make a move with Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about Colt McCoy.
Garbage.
Dude is not good. Shouldn't even be in the NFL. This should be an easy rollover for the Pats.
I agree. I got to pick them too. I don't see why the Redskins don't just play Dwayne Haskins. Just let him finish out the season. Let him get his reps in. Let him have a feel for the game. I mean, because pretty much he's got to be your starter next year, right? It's got to be him.
Maybe.
Because it ain't Case Keenum. I can tell you that. He ain't getting it done. I had high hopes. He sucks. Pats get this win. I don't even want to talk about anything else except for Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins should get the start. Fuck you, Jay Gruden. You're probably going to get, if you lose this game, I bet you get fucking fired.
So the next game we got for you, exciting division game, Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Coming in, Ravens 2-2. Unfortunately, the Steelers this year are 1-3. Ravens offense, I feel like in this game is going to be just a little bit better. Lamar Jackson, his pass yards have declined in each game this season. But from what I hear, Juju Smith is questionable. And tight end McDonald is questionable as well.
Two big-time offensive guys.
Ravens are also listed at number 1 in total offense and number 1 in rushing right now.
Well, yeah, got my boy Lamar.
And they're going into Pittsburgh, which is
tough.
I would say other than Kansas City or Seattle is one of the toughest places to play in the NFL. But Pittsburgh's D is just a little bit better. That lack of offense, though, if they don't have Juju or McDonald, and Connor just got cleared, so I believe he's going to be playing. They're going to need to get him a lot of touches if he does play. I just feel like without Roethlisberger,
this team's tough to get wins.
They ain't going to get it done. So I took the Ravens in this game.
Nevermore.
That's my game of the week as well.
Nice. Actually, this was kind of a tough game to pick for me.
Yeah, I pondered it for a while.
Because the Ravens have lost 2 in a row. Steelers are coming off their first win last week. They just kind of murked them. Steelers, the last meeting last year, actually beat the Ravens. But that was with a Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown team. Not a banged-up team without Roethlisberger.
Right.
Steelers are one of 4 teams left averaging fewer than 65 rushing yards per game this season. Other teams are a combined 0 for 12 this year. That is crazy. Lamar Jackson, like you said, his passing yards have went down every single week this year. But I think it's due to the teams he's playing. He's playing good defenses. He's playing tough offenses. And you got to just play catch-up, especially when you play the fucking Kansas City Chiefs. But I love Lamar Jackson. I love him. But, man, I don't know if I really want to pick the Baltimore Ravens. They got so many banged-up pieces on defense right now. Jimmy Smith, top corner.
I mean, it's the same with the Pittsburgh's offense.
It's true. It's almost like a stale game in that aspect of offense versus defense because my gut says pick the Steelers at home because for some reason Mike Tomlin's a great coach. He's going to find ways to win, whether he has to find some guy that Mason Rudolph, which is nobody. Man, I just had a tough time picking this game, but I kind of want to just lean with the safe side. I think Baltimore needs this win to stay ahead in the division. If they lose this game, they'll be tied with the Pittsburgh Steelers at 2-3 after starting the season 2-0. You just can't do that. Give me the Ravens. Hopefully they can get it. Sorry, bro-in-law, Sorry. Sorry, Cherie. Sorry to all you Steelers fans, but you shouldn't be Steelers fans anyways.
So the next game we got for you guys is the Bears versus the Oakland Raiders. The Bears are 3-1. Oakland Raiders are a surprising 2-2.
Right.
The Bears are actually averaging 16.5 points per game, the fewest points by any team with a winning record.
That's crazy. How you winning games scoring 16.5 points per game? Defense. That's how.
Yeah, it's all D. But I took the Bears. Obviously, their defense is stellar. Oakland is definitely not going to be able to do anything to get past this defense unless they just get it into field goal range and just kick field goals and then hopefully stop them on offense. But I don't see that happening. This was obviously an easy pick for me. I took the Bears, unfortunately.
I think it's funny you say it's an easy pick for you, and the Raiders are going to have trouble, getting past that defense that's so quick and so good. Did you know that Derek Carr actually has the fastest release in the NFL when passing the ball? He gets the ball off the quickest in the NFL.
Doesn't matter.
With that being said, I don't think this defense, this pass rush, is going to have a chance to get at him. And if they do, they're going to hurry him a few times. He can get rattled, but he's actually pretty, I'm not going to say a pretty good quarterback. I'm going to say he's pretty good at the accuracy part in a game under pressure. And for that, and the Raiders coming off a pretty big win against the Colts last week. I don't care if it's Jacoby Brissett or not. The Colts are still a tough team to beat. And they went in there and wiped the floor with them like it was nothing. It's like, where's this Raiders team been? They did the same shit in week 1 against Denver, and their awesome defense wiped the floor with their ass. I think they can come in here and do it with this defense just the same. Third time's a charm, right?
That'd be a bold statement if they did.
But I like the Raiders here at home. You're coming into the Raiders at their stadium, coming off a huge win last week off the road. And like I said, Derek Carr gets the ball out faster than any other quarterback in the league right now. And that pass rush is going to have a hard time going against them. They do have some good secondary, but I think Darren Waller, their big-time tight end that's been balling this year, I've got him on my fantasy team. Like I've said week after week, I think he's going to continue to get it done. He's 6'6" or 6'7" over the middle of the field. Good luck. They ain't got no corners as 6'6". So give me the Raiders. All right, next game is Broncos at Chargers. Man, these are actually two pretty decent teams. Like I've said, the Denver Broncos have come off pretty tough losses with last-second field goals. They lost last week to the Jags off a last-second field goal, and they should have beat the Bears before that off a last-second field goal, and they should be sitting at 2-2, not 0-4. I think they're tanking. They're trying to trade. I've heard there's talks of trying to trade Chris Harris, their top corner, and Emmanuel Sanders. So when you hear stuff like that, I think it's time to think rebuilding process again. John Elway is not the answer. I think they're just going to come out and lose this game anyways to the Chargers. Give me the Chargers. T-ball.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers in this one. Division game. Bolts playing back-to-back teams with 0 wins.
Must be nice.
Yeah, so that goes for them. They beat the Dolphins last week.
Ooh, tough game.
Chargers are just a much better team than the Broncos. Unfortunately,
They haven't looked like it this year, though, either. The Chargers.
I mean,
And they also get Melvin Gordon back this week.
it's got to be a defensive thing for the Broncos because Joe Flacco's doing his job.
Oh, my. Joe Flacco is nothing. That's why they're 0-4. I told you guys Joe Flacco was not the answer. Fuck it. Put in, what was his name from Mizzou? Locke? Put an old Locke out there. See what he can do because Flacco ain't getting it done. I'll tell you that.
Dude, Joe Flacco, week 1, 268 yards, a touchdown, no interception. Play Chicago, 292 yards, a touchdown and interception.
I'll give him that game. That's a good game for playing the Bears defense.
At Green Bay, 213 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception.
Right. There you go.
Jacksonville, 303 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Fuck a floppo.
He's about to have a 3,000-yard season.
Oh.
Want to bet?
Look out.
He waves 3,000-yard season from Joe Flacco.
Average.
If he stays healthy.
Right.
Obviously, it'd be null and void if he doesn't stay healthy because that wouldn't be fair to me. But anyways.
All right. My game of the week. America's game of the week. And that is the Green Bay Packers, who should be 4-0. are going down to Arlington, Texas to play them Cowboys T-ball.
Obviously, Packers in this one. Aaron Rodgers owns Dallas.
3-0.
Won a Super Bowl there.
3-0.
He's going to beat the Cowboys. If we can stop the run, should be no problem.
He's
stop the run.
Right. Especially Zeke.
I mean, that's all we need to do. And I feel like late in the game, when the other team gets desperate and they start throwing the ball, we start giving up yards that we need. We don't need to be giving up.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to see Aaron Jones get going. Hopefully he can match Elliott yard for yard. We'll see what happens.
I don't know if he can, but
I'm taking the Packers.
He's
4-1, baby. Let's go.
I know we sound biased when we want to pick our Packers team, but my God, I want to pick them so bad because of that fact. But the problem is no Devontae Adams, no Jamal Williams. We got a banged up secondary. Kevin King is doubtful for our cornerback. God damn it, we need him. He's actually played pretty well this year. But yes, I agree, T-Ball. Stop the run when you're the Green Bay Packers right now because Zeke Elliott is, well, he's Zeke. And he's going to eat. He's going to have 100 yards. I guarantee it in this game. Unless this is the game that we just come in and shut them down, defending the run. I don't know if that's going to be possible. But there is a hope since Tyron Smith, their starting offensive lineman for the Dallas Cowboys, is out. Maybe that can generate pressure. Maybe that can help out on us stopping the run. Aaron Rodgers is 2-1 versus Dak Prescott. And there are 3 matchups. That includes the playoffs. So give me the better of the win percentage. I think this is going to be a damn good game. It might even be a shootout. But give me the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, I almost picked the Cowboys.
Oh, right. Me too. This is a good game. So shout out to Drew Hogan, our buddy that's a Cowboys fan. Anybody else out there is a weak Cowgirls fan. But I think this is going to be a hell of a game. And that's why they put it as Game of the Week, America's Game of the Week on TV. Give me the Green Bay Packers. I think they're going to skate out by a field goal, just like they did last time with that last second 52-yard field goal they had to kick twice.
Crosby. All right, next game we got is the Indianapolis Colts coming into Kansas City, one of the toughest places to play.
One of the toughest teams.
Highest decibels in fucking history outside. 4-0 Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes obviously still on fire. I just don't see Brissett coming in and out quarterbacking Mahomes in any style or fashion. Because if the Chiefs' defense is lacking, you're still going to have to score more points than them, and that's really hard to do.
You're right, my bad.
Yeah, I think mainly just the lack of defense in Kansas City is the only way they can get themselves into trouble here. But I don't see this being a problem for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they take this one.
Wow, just hands down, baby. Huh? This is a big-time primetime game. This is Sunday Night Football. You're talking about Kansas City Chiefs. This is going to be a pretty good game to be at. I don't know if they're just going to come in here and handle it because look what the Detroit Lions almost beat the Kansas City Chiefs last week. I cannot even believe I'm saying that.
Almost.
Right. It almost doesn't count, just like the song.
Whether it's an inch or a mile.
A win's a win. You're right. But Jacoby Brissett playing pretty good football through the first 4 weeks, man. He's 65 completion percentage, 227 yards per game, 10 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, and 102 quarterback rating versus the man, my MVP leader right now, Patrick Mahomes through the first 4 weeks. He's 68%. My God, 377 yards per game. 10 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's one of 3 quarterbacks with no interceptions this year. Pretty crazy. 120 quarterback rating. This is going to be a pretty good matchup. Everybody thought that the Kansas City Chiefs were going to get Tyreek Hill back. He will not be back this week. If he would have, I'd just be like, hands down, Kansas City Chiefs. Because adding that to the offense,
that's at least 100 yards right there.
And a touchdown.
Offense. Yeah, and a touchdown.
Every time. And if not, somebody else is going to get it because they're worried about him. Like, this is a scary offense, and they don't even have Tyreek Hill.
Right.
If they add him back, good luck, Patriots. Patriots, you better hope he don't come back before you play them. I like the Kansas City Chiefs, too. I told you they could go undefeated last week. I said that was my bold prediction, man. This is a damn good team. Let's just put it this way. Detroit's a pretty good team, no matter what anybody thinks. They tied the Cardinals, but they almost stopped Patrick Mahomes. But let's put it out here like this. That's a good defense for the Detroit Lions because they didn't even let him throw. They didn't even let him throw a single touchdown pass. He's thrown 3 in every other game.
Yeah,
He
that's
beat
right.
them without a passing touchdown, and that's a good defense. I think they'll come right in here and probably steamroll the Colts, to be totally honest with you, because their defense is lacking too, and they're hurt. But give me the Chiefs too, man. I think it's a good game. I can't stop gushing about Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. But let's go with that Monday Night Football game. All right, Monday Night Football. My second favorite team, the Cleveland Browns, dog. I'm just a bandwagon because I just love. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but I like them. And then my other bandwagon quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, and the 3-0 49ers. What the fuck is going on? They're 3-0 right now. T-Ball, who you got with the Browns? If they win this game and the Ravens lose, they're in first place.
When it comes to this game right here, I don't see the Browns beating the San Francisco 49ers.
Are you giving it? Hang on. Are you giving it to Jimmy Garoppolo? Is that what you're saying? He's going to win this game for the 49ers?
No.
That face says it all. That face says it all, my friend.
No. He has almost just as many interceptions as he does touchdowns.
Okay, so does Baker Mayfield.
I know. Baker Mayfield ain't
got
good.
more.
San Francisco's going to win this ball game simply due to their defense.
They do have a pretty good defense this year.
Jimmy Garoppolo is a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield. Though Baker Mayfield has Odell Beckham. But Odell Beckham hasn't been doing that.
He hasn't been Odell, has he?
No, not really.
And it pisses me off.
So if the Browns have any chance at getting a win over the 49ers here, Odell Beckham's going to have to step up, and the Cleveland Browns going to need to run it down their fucking throats with Chubb. You got to get that motherfucker in there with work. The 49ers are only a team in the NFL that's not allowed a rushing touchdown this season, though.
So Chubb's going to have to get it done.
He's going to have to put something up. Odell's going to have to put something up. Jimmy Garoppolo better keep that hands out of that defense. He's got to cut down them turnovers. So if he can do that, I think the 49ers should take this game going 4-0 probably for the first time in a long time.
Look, man, 49ers are surprising everybody, I think. And it's at 49ers. That's tough. But the Browns have started 2-0 on the road for the first time since 1994 in a season in which they finished 11-5 under Coach Bill Belichick.
Wow.
How about them apples? 49ers are one of three teams ranked in the top 10 in scoring offense and defense this season. That's crazy. Because, you said Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't that good. I love the Browns here. Like you said, they haven't had a scoring rushing touchdown against that San Francisco defense. It will change this week. Chubb will have one. They can come in here and beat a fucking NFC team that's not really that good. I don't think the record actually reflects how good the 49ers really are. Give me the Browns, lock of the week. But all right, that is our Week 5 picks concluded.
I'm your boy T-Ball. This is the Heated Waves podcast here in the Heated Waves studio. I'm with my boy, Mr. Bradley. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check us out.
And I'm Mr. Bradley. Hope you guys like the show. And like you said, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And hit that notification down below. Heated Waves podcast. We love you guys. We're up to 1,700 views. I know that may not seem a lot to other people. It's a lot to us. We didn't think we'd get there, but we have. Thank you. Keep watching and keep listening. Peace.